Hello guys, today I'll show you guys how to change background color using
Today I'll be
HTML,
creating
CSS and
background
JavaScript. Stay
color
tuned.
changer. I'll hold shift, press 1, enter. I'll create a container. I'll create another container for bg color. I'll call it bg color div. Below it, I'm going to be having a button. I'll say change background. Change bg color. Let's go ahead and style it. If you see, let's refresh. This is what I have. The only thing that is here is the button. Div by default don't come out, don't have any content inside it except you place something, you are going to see it. But once you don't have any content written inside the div, you are not going to see it on the screen. So let's style. So firstly, let's remove our default margin and padding. So I'll say 0 pixels. So padding, saying 0 pixels. Box sizing, border box. Alright, so I'll grab body for now. So say body. Before we grab body, let's continue with container. So I want you to visualize what you are doing. So let's container. Let's give container a width. Oh nope, background color of say gray. I will be changing this background color later. So by default, div take the whole width of the screen. You see, it starts from here, it span to this place. Okay, so it takes the whole width of the screen. Alright, so now I'm gonna be giving it a default width. I don't want it to be 100%, so I'll give it width of 500 pixels. Then I'm gonna give it height, because by default it takes only the height of the content inside it. So the only content inside this div is button. Well, let's say let's add lorem 100. The height is gonna change now. So lorem 100, see the height has changed, but I don't want to have any content inside this div for now except the button. Now let's give it a height we want it to take. So let's give it height of 80 view height. Okay, so this is what we have now. So right, okay, so what we're gonna do now is I want to target body here. I'll target body. I'll give it display grid, place items, center. Sorry, place item center. So I want you to place the whole of this item on the center like this. Okay, should I bring it down to the middle? Let's see. I can give it a minimum height of 100 view h. With this 100 view h, you come to the middle. Yeah, without the height, place item will not really place it to the middle. Now it's at the middle now. So next thing we're gonna do now is we are going to be targeting our div. Now I'll give it box shadow, because I don't want to be using, I won't be using this background color. I want to use box shadow. So I'll say box shadow. I'll be using 0 pixels, 20 pixels, RGBA, right? Okay, 0.4. Yeah, to visualize or to see this box shadow, I'll remove the background color. Alright, so this is what we have now. Now I want to give this div let me change this to maximum weight. Is there a mistake? Okay, maximum width does is it's for every width that is 500 pixels and below. So for every width 500 pixels, and you see it's just take up the width of the button, okay, because it's less than 500 pixels. So even if I should increase the width of the button, it's going to increase. Let's say I have more content here, it keeps increasing, it keeps increasing, it keeps. So for every width 500 pixels and below. Now I'm going to be adding another default width to it. So here I will say width 300 pixels or 400 pixels. Okay, so here width say 400 pixels. Yeah, now this is what I want. So let's add border radius of 10 pixels. Now border radius of 10 pixels. Then I want to place the items at the middle, so I'll be using this display of leg, justify content center, align items center. Okay, so this is what I have now. Then I think I want to give this body background color of linear gradient. Linear gradient, let me just use red. Red, I'll change it, don't worry. Of course this is not how it's going to be. So red. Okay, then for this one I'll change this like this. Yeah, I think lighter, let's make it lighter. Okay, so I will say 45 degree. So this is what I have now. Alright, now I'm going to back to my content. I'll give it background color of white. Background color white. Okay, so excuse me, this is what we have now. Let's continue. Let's target this div inside bg div. So for bg div, I'll target it below here. So I'm going to say dot container dot bg div. Okay, so width of say 300 pixels. Sorry, I'll give it width. Or should we make it? Let's give it 100% of the parent div. Background color of say pink. Then height, let's give it height of 200 pixels. Let's see how it's gonna be. Okay, alright. Okay, by default flex, we gave this flex. Well, by default flex will place all items in form of row, in row form or in row direction. Now let's change direction. I need to say flex direction will be colon. Flex direction colon. So this is what we have now. I'm gonna give it gap. You can actually use margin, but I don't want to use margin, so we're gonna say gap of 10 pixels. Alright. Excuse me, let me see. Colon. Okay, so let's give it gap. I'll control Y, control Z, control Y is not taking it. Okay, so gap of 15 pixels. Gap of 15 pixels. Alright, so this is what I have now. Okay, so on this container, let's give it padding. I want to add padding so that there can be space around this div, this child div. So I'll give it padding of 20 pixels. So those what we have. Now let's give this border radius as well. So I'm going to say border radius of 10 pixels, right? Yeah. So should we give this border, should we, let's see, border, say 3 pixels solid pink. I'm gonna make it dark pink, so I'll change the shade of this pink. Okay, so since we have this, let me increase the width of this border 10 pixel. I think I like it this way. Okay, let's take this one. So next thing I want to do now, let's target our button. So dot container dot button. Sorry, it's not dot button, it's button. Button is an element, so it's not a class. So let's use padding and increase the height and width. So for padding top and bottom, let's give it 15 pixels, right? Is it too much? Let's change it to 12. Then for border left and right, let's say 8 pixels. Yeah. Then button comes with a default background color. I don't want this background color, so we're gonna change in the background color to this color we have here. So I'll take this color, I'll say background color this, yeah, this. Then let's change the color of the text. It's the color, let's use white. Okay, so this is what I have. Now let's increase the font size of the text. So let's make it 20 pixels. By default is 16 pixels. Alright, so this is what we have now. Looking at this button, see it has this border around it. I don't need a border, so I'm gonna say border none, right? Border none. Yeah, so let's give it border radius of 10 pixels. Border radius is too much, I don't want 10 pixels, I'll use 5 pixels. Border radius of 5 pixels. So this is what we have now, right? So now I want to give it hovering effect. So hovering effect is when you take your cursor over the button. I want the background color to change, so I'll say on hover, background color should be what? Pink. On hover, background color should be pink. Alright, so this is what we have, right? Then let the color should be this one we have here on hover. Alright, so this padding I'll increase its padding. Yeah, so this is what we have on hover. Okay, so I think for now we are done with this. For now, let's go to our JavaScript. Are you with me? Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're gonna create our script tag. So I'll be creating my script tag below this style sheet here. Okay, so script, first and foremost, I'll come here, I'll give this an id of still, sorry, not this one, id of color div, bg color div. I'm still giving it the same name, bg color div. Then I'll give this button an attribute called onClick event listener. So onClick, so once you click on it, I want you to call a function for me. Change bg is the name of the function I'll be creating below. So now let's target this div with pink background color. So I'll say const background color equals to document dot get element by id. Okay, so this is actually DOM, document object model property you use to manipulate HTML in JavaScript. So we say document.get element by id. The id I just created now, so I'm targeting this div here. So right, let's continue. So what I'm going to do next is I've created this. I want to be able to create colors. I want, when I click on this button, let something happen, let this color, background color, change. So to do that, first of all, let us open this on the console and inspect. So what I did, I just right click, then click on inspect. You see this. So this is what we have now. Alright, it's saying on cut. Okay, it's gonna, let's refresh now. Okay, this is our console. We'll be checking some things here. It helps you to debug when you are coding with JavaScript. Okay, I just minimize them. So now, first and foremost, let us create a random color function that will generate random color for us. I'll get random bg color. It's long, right? I know. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is I'll have this, so I'm gonna select color values equals to, so in CSS we have different color values, different ways you can create color. You can use color name, you can use hex code, you can use HSL. So now we are going to be using the hex code. Hex code comprises of 6 values. So I can say color, say color hash, and say ff00ff. So sorry, color. So this is actually a color code. This you should start with hash. Yeah. Okay, so this is actually a color code comprising of 6 values, 6 different values. You can change the values. You see the colors keep changing, the colors keep changing. You see, I mean this color here on this color picker, see the value keeps changing. Okay, now this is actually what we are going to be using here. So hex code comprises of 16 values ranging from 0 to 9. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then an A to F, A, B, C, D, E, F. So the hex code, each hex code of color comprises of 6 values. So we'll be generating a random color from these 16 hex numbers and digits and letters, I mean. So next thing we're going to do now, we're going to say let's color equals to, I'll be initializing color with this hash. I'm creating color accumulator with this hash value here. So now I want us to look through these values. We're going to be using loop now. So I'm going to say for let I equals to 0. For I, remember I said that each hex code okay, so we have I less than 16, less than 6, I less than 6. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to say I plus plus. Here we are incrementing. So then next thing we're going to do now is bring in the color. So color equals to, plus equals to, we're using plus equals to because we want to add this hash to each iteration of the loop. So now I'm going to be using this math function random.floor. Okay, and here I'm going to have maths dot, so I mean math.floor, not random.floor, math.floor. I'm going to be using math.random times, please, times 16. This is what we use to generate random color, but this cannot work if we don't target these values here. You see, looking at this top, there is no way we targeted these values. So we want to look through this value. These values are in form of string, and to look through the values you use the indexes. So we are generating the index from this. So I'm taking it off. I'm going to put color here, color values, then put this square bracket we use in targeting index values. So this is what I have now. I will say return color, return color. All right, now let's see if this is working. So we're going to call this function. Let's see if everything is correct. So I'll call this function, I'll console log the function, console.log this. Let's go to our console. Yay, it's working. So on refresh, this color, this code should change. So we refresh, it changes. Nice one. So refresh, it changes. Refresh, it changes. So now what we're gonna do next is we want to target this div, right? Then when we click on this button, the color should change. So the background color should change. First and foremost, let's go back to our HTML and check the function we have here. This is change bg. So let's target this function here. So what I'm doing now, I'm say function. So once we just call this function, once you click on this function, something will happen. Let's see if we targeted it well. So let's say console.log clicked. Console.log clicked. So I click. Yay, we targeted it well. It's being targeted well. So let's continue. So coming back, we want to get color. So I'm gonna select bg color equals to the random color. So we want to store this random color here in bg color. So I'll put it here. Okay, so this is what I have now. Having this, what next I'm gonna do is we are going to target this div. Remember, I have this div here, the div, the pink div. I'll bring it down. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna say div dot style, right? So in document object model, you can change HTML elements. You can add HTML add values to HTML elements using JavaScript. You can change HTML element using JavaScript. You can change HTML attributes using JavaScript. You can change HTML style. So what we are changing now is HTML style. So we are targeting background color. Background color. Yeah, background color. So we want the background color to be bg color. Bg color. Right? So we want when we click on this button, let the background color change. Remember bg color. This gets random color. Oh, what do I have here? Okay, random color. This random color is what we have here. Let's maximize these random colors. So once you click on this, the background color will switch to this. Once you click, the background color